All right. Good morning, everyone. We are so excited to have you all here on this special day for a very special announcement. I am glad to be here today with Deputy Mayor Faith Bleach, Dr. Sonia Santelises from City Schools, Tremaine Lipscombs from our partners at Downtown Locker Room, Julia Baez from Baltimore's Promise. We know that Alicia Lee from Baltimore Children and Youth Fund will be here, Heidi Daniel from the incredible Enoch Pratt Free Library. Jason's not here. Are you coming for Jason? All right. Miss Brown representing Mayor's Office of Employment Development, Jacia Smith representing Rec and Parks, and last but not least, we're going to recognize our great students from Mount Royal and also B&O Railroad mascot Sir Top Ham Hat for being here today. It's almost that time of year again. Summer in Baltimore. Dr. S and I were just discussing that today is the last day of school for high school seniors in the city, so you will be seeing a lot more of them as they move on into adulthood or young adulthood. Every year in Baltimore, more than 180,000 young people from our earliest learners to our older youth take part in summer camps, work summer jobs, and even attend summer school throughout Baltimore. Summer is more than a break from school. It's an opportunity for our young people to continue their intellectual growth, social development, and their personal journeys, and of course, have a lot of fun in the sun. In light of this, I am proud to launch the BMore Summer Information Hub, a one-stop shop where young people and their families can find information on summer camps, family-friendly events, summer learning opportunities, and so much more. Families and young people can visit www.bmorechildren/bmoresummer, bmorechildren. Is that org or gov? com.com. They didn't put the dot in the notes. Somebody owes me 20 steps in City Hall today. bmorechildren.com/BMoreSummer to search our interactive map for programs, find events happening near them, and stay informed on the latest in all things summer. Not only that, the hub includes a teen zone, a collection of all the good things happening around our city just for our teenagers, and you can find details on upcoming events and activities for the entire family, like our new event series, Be More Lit. We are teaming up with DTLR, where we all go to buy our tennis shoes, and key partners to host a bunch of great events for teenagers, many of which that will take place right here in Rashfield. Due to the predicted weather this weekend, we will kick off the event series on Saturday, May the 28th. The event will be hosted by Baltimore's own Little Black and will feature the hottest DJs and local performers. We'll be providing free haircuts and nail designs. There will be a gaming truck, photo booth, food by Nacho Bangers, a young man that I'm very proud of, funnel cakes, and more. And I'm telling y'all, you do not want to miss out on this if you are a teenager in Baltimore. As a young man, when I grew up here in Park Heights, I know firsthand the importance of that first summer job and that first experience working. For me, it was first voluntold as a very young man working on my grandparents' farm in North Carolina. Yes, that's why I don't eat meat or pork. And, of course, when I got older, working for my family's HVAC business, putting in air conditioning and heating in places all over the city of Baltimore. Through those experiences, I gained an invaluable work ethic and learned some important life lessons from my summer jobs, we'll say, because they weren't really optional for me, many of which I bring with me to my work every day as your mayor. Things like how to fight through, how to work as a team, how to solve problems in a quick manner, and of course, how to work through elements, whether it be raining, whether it be thunderstorms, whether it be extremely hot, knowing how to push yourself to be the best version of yourself and to get the job done no matter the obstacles before you. And this is why I learned how to put my head down and do that each and every day. And that's why I'm so proud that this year we will provide every young person that applied for YouthWorks' summer job this summer when Youth Work starts on July 5th, we will have more than 6,500 young people joining the workforce, many of them for the first time at more than 400 work sites across the city. Every year, the team at the Mayor's Office of Employment Development works hard to make our young people's youth work experience a valuable one and something much deeper than we had when I was a youth works worker. This year, we are also launching a learning and earning pilot with our partners at Baltimore City Schools. Students attending credit recovery courses will be also able to participate and earn money through YouthWorks. I want to thank Moed and the entire team there for their hard work and want to wish our young people embarking on their summer jobs the best of luck and to say, save money, and save your money. We can't talk about summer, of course, without talking about Baltimore City Recreation and Parks. And this summer, Rec and Parks will be providing summer camp to 3,000 young people throughout the city of Baltimore. And this is the most exciting thing for me because I can't wait to jump in it. You will hear it here first. The big splash will take place at the brand new Druid Hill Park pool this summer that we will open up finally after years of renovation. Stay tuned for another announcement next week from Rec and Parks about our aquatics. Also for our young adults, Rec and Parks needs lifeguards. So if you're looking for a job, you like to swim, you want to hang out and keep our young people and our families safe, please go to I think it's bcrp.baltimorecity.gov. That one I know by heart. And we are also working with Rec and Parks to bring back some of our exciting programs that we had to go away from the last few years, like the Rhythm and Reels series, our free outdoor movie and concert series, a good time for the entire family. You can catch Soul, a good one, Encanto, another good one, Space Jam, it better be the original and not the one with LeBron James, and Cruella in one of our city's beautiful parks. You already know that AFRAM is back on Juneteenth weekend, but we're also bringing back the House Music Festival in all our parks. And residents can also join BCRP for 5Ks. We're bringing back BMore Night Hoops, which of course is midnight basketball, guided hiking, canoeing tours, and kayaking out here on the harbor. If you want to join me on one of those days, that would be great. And what also would our summer be, and summer break for our young people be without the Pratt Library? Each month in June, families can stop by their local branch to pick up a summer break Baltimore kit, which Heidi I know is probably showing to you all right behind me, which will include a free book and some cool surprises. I think, Heidi, let's show the kit. So you have the kit here. It has a reusable bag, a book, of course, a Enoch Pratt t-shirt, and a Summer Break Box Baltimore magazine for everyone to see. Heidi. So please make sure that you stop past your local Pratt branch to pick that up. And you can sign up to have that kit mailed to you by visiting prattlibrary.org/summer-break. Again, that's prattlibrary.org/summer-break. The library will also host a teen camp and lots of exciting programming this summer, as they always do. And remember, Baltimore shall forever be known as the city that reads. As you can see, we have a great lineup of programming, summer camps, and all sorts of events ready for our young people so that they can make the most of summer. But that's not all. It's going to take all of us working together, government, business, philanthropic, and community organizations, to ensure our young people have a safe, fun, and most importantly, a productive summer. That's why I'm also thankful for organizations like the BMore Museum and the National Aquarium, who are putting together their own programs for children to enjoy. We even bought out Mr. Topham hat to let you know that Thomas the Train is rolling into town this weekend, May 13th, 14th, and 15th, and next weekend as well on May 20th, 21, and 22nd. Young people can meet the Big Blue Engine and ride on a train pulled by Thomas and then enjoy a day outside dedicated to them with fun entertainment, crafts, food, and games. The museum is a member of Museums for All. Guests with SNAP benefits into the museum for $3 up to 4 guests. That's again $3 up to 4 guests for individuals on SNAP. Organizations, small and large, throughout Baltimore are coming together to provide our young people access to fun, enriching activities this summer. Remember, visit bmorechildren.com/bmoresummer throughout the summer to stay updated on the latest program, events, and for young people and our families to see what is consistently happening. Now I want to turn it over to Dr. Santelises to talk about the summer learning initiatives at Baltimore City Public Schools. Dr. S.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mayor Scott. And I will say, I'm glad that I would have passed the pop quiz on who is in the back. So my girls have schooled me well on Mr. Top and Hat. I want to say good morning to everyone. And on behalf of the Board of School Commissioners and the entire Baltimore City Schools team, I'm pleased to join you for this fantastic announcement. First, I really do want to thank Mayor Scott for his continued vision for the young people of our city, his prioritization of the young people of our city, and for really being able to include city schools in that work. I also want to recognize Deputy Mayor Faith Leach for her outstanding partnership in meeting the needs of Baltimore's children. And really, City Schools is very proud and excited to stand alongside a variety of community partners in this effort, including Baltimore City, Rec and Parks, Baltimore's Promise, the Summer Funding Collaborative, and so many others. Now, why are we participating in this effort? Well, we know that successful and educated young people really are the key and the driving force to a successful city. And in addition to relaxation, summer is a chance for our young people to explore and grow, many of whom have not been able to do that fully the last few summers. And so we know that youth engagement and learning opportunities really provide our students also with a head start to the next school year. One of our mantras in city schools is that learning never stops. And so we want our young people, our students, to be productive and participate in activities that will increase the likelihood of their achievement in the upcoming school year, and frankly, give them the opportunity for a diversity of experiences, just like Mayor Scott described. City Schools is pleased to offer more than 24 district-wide summer programming options, including 2 virtual programs for City Schools families. And we're particularly excited because 53 Baltimore City Schools will be hosting their own summer programs with more than 22,000 seats available for young people. We are planning a special event for our families who really want to learn more about the opportunities this summer on Tuesday, May 7th from 5 to 8 p.m. City Schools will host our inaugural Spring into Summer Learning event at the Maryland Science Center. Families can explore all of our summer learning options while enjoying the Science Center for free. And finally, we are directly partnering, as the mayor said, with the mayor's office, MOED, to offer our high school students the chance really to make up course credits while having the option of a summer job. We know that this is, one, something that not every city in the United States is offering, and 2, we have heard directly from a number of our high school students that the ability to work, the ability to have real life work experience as well as make money is a major driver for them. So the ability to partner earning credits, taking courses, as well as having a summer job is a really kind of powerful incentive for a number of our young people across the city. So again, I want to thank everyone for having us today, and just so that families know, you can learn more about City School Summer Programming, and you can register by visiting baltimorecitysschools.org/summer learning. Thank you, everyone, and thank you again, Mayor Scott.
Thank you, Dr. Ashton. Thank you for what you do each and every day for Baltimore's young people. I want to take a moment to thank the many funders that have come together under the Summer Funding Collaborative to provide $5.3 million in grants to support 93 high-quality summer programs for children and youth living in low-income families throughout Baltimore. A special thank you to Baltimore's Promise for their leadership and support of this. And now I want to turn it over to Adrian McLemore from the Annie E. Casey Foundation to discuss the Summer Funding Collaborative's investment, including a $2 million investment by BCYF in programs supporting older youth. Adrian?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good morning, everyone. Adrian McLemore with the Casey Foundation. We at Casey believe in investing in Baltimore's youth and providing them with unique opportunities this summer. And we also think that it's also a great idea that Baltimore's youth deserve a chance to explore their curiosity, expand their thinking, and earn a paycheck. Sorry, Mr. Mayor, that didn't happen to you when you were voluntold. Tried to sneak a joke in there, didn't work. It landed? Okay, all right, just checking. We can't do this work alone at KC, and that's why we are proud to participate in the Summer Funding Collaborative. The SFC brought together 14 different public and private funders to award $5.3 million in grants, as the mayor mentioned. Those resources will support 93 high-quality programs for children and youth living in low-income families across Baltimore City. This is the largest investment this SFC has made in summer programming since we began in 2015. Over $2 million of these grants were directly allocated based on the feedback of a citywide community review process, thanks in large part to the Baltimore Children and Youth Fund's participation in the collaborative. I am absolutely thrilled that 161 young people, parents, and caregivers had a direct hand in what is being offered to our young people this summer. There's an old saying in my line of work with youth and families about nothing about us without us. The people of Baltimore had a direct hand in deciding on what high quality means and what a high quality summer program should look like in Baltimore City. This year, we also saw an 82% increase in the amount of funding granted for older youth serving programs. That's a $1 million increase of funding to expand older youth serving programs for young people becoming adults in our community. We owe it to them to provide as many resources as possible across the city. We also saw a significant increase in the number of BIPOC-led grantees. This year, 71% of our grantees are led by BIPOC people, or people of color. The SFC recognizes that in order to effectively expand opportunities for young people, collaboration is absolutely necessary. That is why we work together as funders to invest in summer, and that is also why we are excited to partner with the mayor's office in their efforts to engage young people all summer long through events, programs, and recreational opportunities. We are grateful to Mayor Scott and his team's focus on this critical time of year and understanding how important it is that all young people are able to access high-quality programs. And as mentioned many, many times before already, for more information, you can visit bmorechildren.com/bmoresummer. Thank you.
Thank you, Adrian, and thank you for Annie Casey's commitment to Baltimore's youth and families. And with that, we will open it up for questions. Kate, I think you're first.
Hello.
There you go.
It's actually Sir Topham Hat. Sorry. I'm glad we're out of that. Sorry, sir.
That's hilarious.
It actually is. So, Mayor Scott, earlier this week you alluded to this event when you were talking about ways that your administration is working on to reduce the spike in violent crime, especially among young people that we've seen. You once again, you mentioned the midnight basketball, but can you give us some specifics about why you believe, your administration believes, the programs, especially for the older youth, will make an impact in reducing violent crime in the city?
Yeah, we know that when young people have things to do that are organized, that are safe, they're a lot less likely to end up being the victim of a violent crime, right? I know for me, being inside of a rec center, having wrecking parks drag me all around the country because my legs took me there, kept me out of trouble because it kept me out of harm's way. It kept me busy, kept my friends busy. This is about giving our young people something to do that's what they want, especially our teenagers and our young teens. They want something organized for them to be able to participate in, because when you take school away, right, they're so used to being there, to be able to be with their friends, to be somewhere where they know they can be safe. They want that in the summertime, and that's why everyone is here talking about how we can collaborate and provide more of those opportunities. Avajoy?
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So Kate asked my first question about the benefits of kids having other opportunities. I'm going to move forward. So yesterday, the governor said, with regards to crime, that he's met with you and the commissioner, and he's given everything that you've asked for. So now that things are still going out of control, is there a possibility now that things should be revisited? Do you think it's time for your administration to revisit your crime plan?
So what I'll say first is that, you know me, I carry it like a real man. What I want to say to the governor, I'm going to say to him, not to you. The second thing that I'll say is this. What we will remain committed on is focusing on reducing violent crime in Baltimore. We have gotten a lot of what we asked for, but not everything we asked for. We would love to have Maryland State Police patrolling the streets of Baltimore like they do every other jurisdiction. We would love to have even more support, and we'll work, and we're grateful for the support that we do have. But I think when we're talking about this focus, the focus is in the right place. I think you know that, Avajoy, right? Folks come in and out of this conversation who aren't in it every day, and they think, oh, something bad happened, I got to say something. So no, this is what you have to realize. When the police department have taken more guns off the streets, made more gun arrests than last year, arrested more people in homicide at a higher rate than they have in such a long time, they're clearly focused and have been proving, right? We had incidents of violence. We had a homicide last week that they cleared in the same day. They're doing that great work each and every day. But what we have to do is expand our understanding of what's happening, not just in Baltimore, but around the country, and understand that we have to continuously adapt. We adapt our strategy continuously to what's going on. We have working with our state partners to do the same thing. We do that with this governor. We're going to do that for whoever's coming behind him. But the truth of the matter is that what we're seeing on the streets of Baltimore and every city around the country, the entire country, is at a highest level of gun violence in some time. It's things, as you saw, I know, even things like road rage. Road rage incidents that end up in violence are up 62% across this country. That means we as a city, as a state, as a country have to think consistently about changing what's happening all over. This is not just a Baltimore City thing, but more importantly, Avajoy, it's about this. How many times the folks that we arrest for a homicide, for a shooting, for a carjacking, for a robbery, that they go through and we hand over them to the state, and then we're rearresting them within the same year? Those are the kind of questions that you guys should be asking too, for those individuals who just may happen to be on the state side of things.
I also want to follow up on that. I think because of COVID, we lose track of time, and we often don't realize that you haven't been in office that long. It feels long, but it hasn't been that long. Can you talk to us about the type of time that's needed to effect this sort of change?
Well, I think it's even longer than my time in office, Avajoy. I was born in 1984, and guess what? Baltimore was one of the most violent cities in the country, right? And we know everyone wants to see things happening in a different way quickly. I sure as heck do, but we have to understand that this disease has been cannibalizing our city for longer than I've been alive. And we know what things don't work, right? We saw what doesn't work. We know how we can improve each and every day. I'm never going to sleep easy until we're moving in a better direction. You can rest assured of that. But this is much bigger than me or one person. We're talking about systems that have to be changed, right? At the local level, at the state level. We talked about ad nauseam about one this year where we had to get a law passed in Maryland through the General Assembly, thanks to my Senator Corey McCray, that when we arrest somebody for murder and they're released, before their trial, that they even tell us that they're there, right? We know we have other things that we have to tackle. For example, the fact that someone can be on home monitoring and be outside of their house for 24 hours before there's any action taken, right? Those are things that are larger than a conversation about Baltimore City. And what we should be having when you're talking about violence in Baltimore City and across our state is a deeper conversation that impacts. And it's also important that we have to build systems. There was no criminal justice coordinating council, as you know. I had to convince the governor to come back to the table there to work with all of us working together. There was really no mayor's office of neighborhood safety engagement, or formerly known as mayor's office of criminal justice. It had been gone for years. When you're talking about an infrastructure and structure that has to be built, systems that have to be built. For example, when we were doing our work to kick our group violence reduction strategy off, we found that most of the folks that we need to work with were in their 30s. There were no programs to help 30-year-olds get their GED or get all these things. We had to build that work, and I think it's important that we're doing that with community, not just in or not just for the community, but with the community, and that's the true way that we're going to deal with our violent crime. But I think it's very, very clear from both the police side and the community side that the effort is there. We're going to continue to evolve and change.
Kate, are you good? Yeah, I do have one more question. Another thing that you kind of alluded to in your speech earlier this week was the fireworks and the 4th of July.
Yep.
I promise, buddy, I'll be quick. You're being so
Yeah,
well
my boss
behaved.
is getting antsy.
I know. Can you give us any more details about that? Will this new space here be factored in? Do you have plans in the works to address concerns about violence? Maybe, people who came here last a few years ago for the 4th who may be hesitant this time around. Can you give us some more details?
Well, folks, as always, and I'm not going to give you all the details, Kate. You're going to have to wait for that. But folks should just know, as always, this event is going to be a safe event. We're going to have folks here as we always do. And the only thing that I might give you is that maybe the mayor will come into the fireworks by kayak and not by fireboat this time. Sir? One. I don't need anybody. I can pull my own weight.
Talk with us about your discussions with Monsi, and as the violence has increased, the shooting really close to one of the Safe Streets locations. Talk to us about, is there going to be a change in strategy with Monsi specifically?
So, listen, no. Monsi's strategy is not going to change, right? I think, and this is not for you, but for everyone, right? When we think about, like, oh, we should change the strategy because somebody went off and shot 5 people. You have to remain. This is what got Baltimore to this place. Every time something happened, we changed the strategy. We switched. We went to zero tolerance when they were like, well, if you're black and outside, we're just going to arrest you. That didn't work. The city remained a violent place, and actually we're paying for that each and every day now, not just in a fiscal sense, but with a relationship with our community, right? We know that ultimately you have to build it in both ways. You have to focus in on that small group of people that you know are committing violent crimes in our city. And we do that through Monsi, through the group violence reduction strategy that we're looking to expand from the Western District, where we're seeing early signs of improvement over in that side of town. We know that Monsi's work to go out and to deploy into neighborhoods where there have been incidents like this, like we were all out up in Howard Park, where we had a mass shooting earlier this year, working with the community, talking about the trauma that they've been through, working to see if we can get people assistance. I actually, myself personally, talked to a young brother out on the corner of Gwynns Falls and Liberty Heights yesterday. We pulled him aside, and he said he wanted to change his life, and we were able to get him connected with the folks right then and there to get him on the better path so that he's not the next victim. We have to do both at the same time and understand that you have to remain dedicated to that work each and every day, and you can't get emotional even though we're seeing tragedy.
We're switching gears. You guys you opened up the application for $1,000 grants for these homes for families, young families. You had over 4,000 applicants. What does that tell you about what the interest and how much that'll help people? Just talk to us about that. And is there a plan to increase the capacity if necessary?
Well, this is a pilot, right? So this is a part of the Mayors for Guaranteed Income pilot. Myself and mayors around the country are doing this. And ultimately what it says is what we already know, that the wealthiest country in the history of the world should already be doing this at the national level, which is why we're all doing it at the local level, to try to show our partners in the federal government that this should be done nationally. Thank you for that question. All right, don't leave. Don't leave yet. I'm going to see if there's one more question from a gentleman who's going to be leaving us from the media. We know that our great friend, Mr. Pete O'Neill, is retiring. If you can't see, he's telling all of us on his T-shirt. After 37 years. So, Mr. Pete, before I read this, I'm going to just say the last question is yours, sir.
Don't tell me that. You won't ever leave.
Your wife says otherwise, but that's okay.
I know, and I'm going to get her to stand up here next to me because I couldn't have done that, all I've done. I get a chance for a second to say and support what you've been saying all along. I've been in TV and media now for over 44 years, 37 at Channel 2, started at Channel 11. All my friends like Kate and Abajoy, and I love them to death, but I say to support, I love Baltimore. I've covered the negative stories. 93, my mother was murdered in a home on Caroline Street, 1200 block. So I've covered stories, gone through a homicide. But I have to say, I love Baltimore. We cover a lot of the negative, but there are tremendous positive things going on. I don't have to be neutral today. I don't have to follow the line to be nice and ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Not be on your side. When I first met you long ago, and I used to come down to City Hall, and you said to me, you saw that I needed to sit down even that long ago. Sit down in my seat. You don't have to get up until it starts. So I can say thank you for that. But I also want to say for the folks that are doing the right thing, the kids who are doing the right thing, the kids who are staying in school. I had the drug dealers tell me, don't go out here and do what I did. Mm-hmm. I had the alcoholics, I'm just going to call the winos on the corner. I'm not a political person, I'm going to say the winos on the corner taught me to stay in school and don't do what they've done. She's hiding over here, but she just retired 2 years ago from teaching in the school system for 40 years.
Yeah.
Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to leave this negative side. I'm not talking about the media because it's a wonderful people over here. But this crisis in Baltimore, to me, doesn't exist. We're going to do stories on our own about the good things in Baltimore, the kids doing robotics, graduating with high honors, going to college, all the above. So you're not going to get rid of me, but I'll be around for a minute. But I love you for all that you've done. I can say that now.
Yes, sir.
I don't have to be neutral with you now. I love what you're doing. Keep doing it. Fight the naysayers. And some of us in the city will support you because the city is who we are. And that rec center, I've done this for 44 years. I was at Madison Square at 8, playing ball at a rec center, and a cameraman showed me that I could be a camera person.
Oh, wow.
At a rec center.
Wow.
So that's how it started. So thank you for continuing that.
Thank you, Mr. Pete, for everything. So, you gotta come forward for this one. Come on.
Come on, Ben.
She recording you, man. It's no fun when the rabbit got it, huh? On behalf of the citizens of Baltimore, I am pleased to salute Mr. Pete O'Neill in recognition of more than 37 years of outstanding service as a cameraman in all things for WMAR2 News. Since you began, you have contributed to telling thousands of stories across your hometown of Baltimore. Through your camera, you have told the story of Baltimore on its best and worst days, keeping the people who call this city home both informed and empowered. On behalf of the citizens of Baltimore, I commend you for your years of dedicated service to the public and best wishes for a long, happy, and well-deserved semi-retirement. Congratulations, sir.